Hey Flosstube, Vanessa, the singing stitcher here, and I'm coming at you from my truck. Yep, it is Tuesday, and I am starting my voice lessons again after the Christmas break. And I thought I would do the end of the year Flosstube tag. So let's go for this. My phone is just resting on basically the steering wheel and its holder, but whatever. Okay, so favorites and least favorites. Whip. Or whips. Notes right here. That's why I keep looking this way. Currently, my favorite whip is Frosty Morning. That's the full coverage dimensions piece that I'm working on. And my least favorite whip currently is the Snowman Ornament. I only have 4 whips to choose from, so it's not... I'm enjoying the Snowman whip, but the Frosty Morning seems to really have me pumped. Favorite and least favorite finish. Favorite finishes... No, there's 2 of them. The zebras I did earlier in this year, and I don't have pictures with me because, like I said, I'm in my truck. And the butterfly scene that I did. Can't remember when I finished it. Damn it. Anyway. My least favorite finish was Libellula by Alessandra Adelaide. It had nothing to do with her pattern. I used silks for the first time, and I didn't like the way it turned out. I had done a variegated silk brown for the body, and then a variegated bluey, purpley, greeny, I don't know, for the wings. And I just didn't like the way it turned out. And I did it on 18 count with 2 strands. It was really thin, but whatever. Favorite, least favorite FFO. Well, I only FFO'd 6 projects this year. Sorry, in 2016. And my favorite is the hearts from Subversive Cross Stitch. That's spelled the F word. I stitched it for my boss at the liquor store. And then stitched it for a few other people. And then I was actually paid to stitch it some more. So, yeah. My least favorite is a green treble clef that I framed in a hoop. Because really, I only FFO'd, like I said, 6. And really, 5 of those 6 were the hearts that spelled fuck. Least favorite and least favorite new start. Well, I have 2 favorite new starts. Frosty Morning and Halloween Fairy. My least favorite was Howling Wolf. Reasons for the Howling Wolf, I think I mentioned in one of my last videos. Dye lot issues with DMC, and I used Weeks Dye Works. It's whatever. Or I used DMC, not Weeks Dye Works. Favorite, least favorite tool. Well, my favorite tool is my Ginger embroidery scissors. My little embroidery scissors. I love them. I used to just use whatever small pair of scissors I had on hand. Least favorite tool, my old scissors. Technique, loop start, or when using blending filament, I used to actually blend like the strand of floss and the blending filament and stitch them together. I don't do that anymore. I now stitch the floss and I stitch the blending filament on top. Causes less tangles. Least favorite technique? I don't know. Material. Let's see. I suppose we're talking about fabric. I only use Aida. 14, 16, 18 count Aida. And sneer at me all you want. I don't care. I did use my first hand-dyed or hand-painted fabric, so that was a lot of fun, and I look forward to trying some more of that. And favorite or least favorite pattern release of 2016? I can't say. I have no idea. Let's see. How many whips did I have at the start of 2016? 1. I'm not one of those people who have like 80 whips on the go, although this year with the amount of sales I'm participating in, I may be. Whips at the end of 2016, 2. Starts for the year, 44. Finishes for the year, 42. FFOs, 6. Switching pages. UFOs, temporary, 0. UFOs, permanent, 0. I have yet to start a project that I don't want to finish. No, that's a lie. I started doing some tulips, but I don't remember if that was 2015 or 2016. And I had so little of it done, I just frogged it. So it wasn't a UFO. Full coverage pages complete in 2016, 0, because I didn't do a full coverage piece. First and last start. The zebras were my first start. Oh my goodness, I didn't say what my last start was. Oh, well, that was easy. Stardust Fairy. Because, yeah, I should have started her on January 1st, but I finished my wolf so early on December 31st that I said, to hell with it, I'm starting it now. First and last finish. See? Okay, that was Fairy Moon Silhouette, and that was done in purple DMC on green 14 count Ada. And my last finish for 2016 was the Howling Wolf. Regrets. Do I have any regrets or purchases that I've regretted? You know what? Honestly, I'm sure there's a few patterns out there that I purchased that I probably won't stitch, but I can't name them. Not right now. I'd have to go through them, and no, I'm in my truck. Do I have any regrets starting it? Yeah, the Howling Wolf. Like I said, I ran into a dye lot issue with DMC. I think it was 613. What I should have done is bought 2 skeins of 613 and started using the brand new instead of using the old, and then realizing it didn't match the new. And I used DMC Black instead of Weeks Dye Works Onyx. And the reason was I wanted to be able to wash the project because I knew I would be having to wash it because I knew it would take so long to do. Do I regret stopping anything? Well, like I said, I didn't stop anything with the intent of making it a UFO. I did stop working on Halloween Fairy by Mirabilia so that I could finish the wolf. And the reason I stopped working on her is because I knew if I didn't, that I would never finish the wolf. Or I shouldn't say never, but the wolf would just go to the wayside. Do I regret not participating in something? Oh, for sure. I'm sure there was tons of cells I could have participated in, but I didn't. New to me tool. I don't know. I don't think I used anything new. New technique or stitch. Well, again, that would be when using blending filament. Don't actually stitch it with the floss. Stitch it on top. Designer. New to me. Mirabilia. I had never stitched one. Lizzie Kate. Everyone from Etsy. Alessandra Adelaide. I think that's it. I went through my list. Fabric. Hand-dyed or painted Ada. New threads, silks, and classic colorworks. Let's see. New shopper vendor, Etsy, Stony Creek, and 123 Stitch. I used to order everything from Everything Cross Stitch or Stitch at Central, which is a Canadian vendor. But yeah, I decided to cross the border. Not that the Canadian dollar is it's crap, honestly. New to me terminology. Again, I came up with a blank on that one. New to me Flosstube channels. Honestly, I am so far behind, but I enjoy watching absolutely everyone that I'm subscribed to, and I love finding new Flosstubers, or I should say new to me Flosstubers. I can't name any one of them though. What did I learn this year? I left this blank. I thought maybe if I read it out loud while doing this, that maybe I'd come up with an answer. Doesn't have to be about stitching, could be about life. Wow. I'm sure there's something. Yeah, I don't know. Did I teach anyone something this year? I taught my coworker the loop start for cross stitch. Did I teach anyone something outside of cross stitch? Well, I've been doing some cross training at work, so I guess that might count. I don't know. Oh, okay. What did I learn this year? Well, let's see. A little over 2 years ago, I started working at a liquor store in the town that I live in. And it was, to earn some extra money to pay some bills. But you know what? I really like it. So I guess maybe I learned that this year. I like the interaction with people. I like getting to know people. Did I become real life friends with any Stitchers that I only know on social media? No. Wow. Dog hair. Similarly, are you happy with what you accomplished this year? Yes. What were my goals for 2016? Well, I didn't watch my year-end video. Maybe I should have. But I had something on a spreadsheet, and so I was going to stitch from my older kits, and I only stitched one, and that was the butterfly scene. I was going to stitch from my old magazines, and I didn't. I was going to start a Mira or Nora Corbett, and I did. I started the Halloween Fairy. Started Passione Ricamo. Nope. Start the Mystic Stitch guitars. Nope. Stitch at least one Santa from my Santa's Remembered book. Nope. How does this measure up to what I accomplished? Well, I feel okay with it because I stitched 16 small pieces for a charity here in Canada that makes quilt blocks for kids. So out of those, 42? 44? No, 42 finishes. 16 of those went to charity. Pretty good. Has my stitching style or organization changed during the year? If so, how? If no, are there any changes or improvements you'd like to make? Well, I stitched my first primitive type pattern. So, style-wise, I guess that kind of changed. And that was the primitive hair Snow White. As for organization type, if you're talking about storage, I don't think I've changed anything, really. I used to have it in a dresser upstairs, and I moved everything out of that dresser into a dresser into the basement. So no, I didn't really change anything storage-wise. Organizing what to stitch when. Yeah, I've sort of planned what to do for certain cells coming up. I'm trying to use one pattern for as many cells as possible, so it kind of works. Frosty Morning, new year, new start old stash, full coverage, and whimsical winter. 4 cells all in one. The Joan Elliott Stardust Fairy, new year, new start old stash, tour de designers Joan Elliott. It works. Did I fall victim to FOMO? Were there projects that I would pass on starting if I was... were there any projects that you would pass on starting if you were given the chance to go back in time and do all over? Probably... I don't think I fell victim to FOMO. Was there any projects I would pass on starting? No. Did I participate in any cells? If so, which one was your favorite? Well, I think that was Dark October. And it's weird because I'd only stitched one little Happy Halloween before. And I stitched the Wise Old Witch, which was really cool. I really enjoyed that stitch. What did I learn about myself through my stitching this year? I honestly don't know. I have a varied taste. I don't know. I enjoy stitching, but that wasn't learned this year at all. What was my favorite event that I participated in? Stitch Mania. And I think I only started 6. Because I did a new start on this every Sunday, and then I did the Star Wars one. This is what happens when you work 2 jobs, and my daily commute is 4 hours. Yes, 4 hours. So, I envy all y'all who, sorry, all of you, I don't normally say, whatever. All of you who can work your jobs, go home, eat your dinner, and stitch until the wee hours of the morning and go to sleep and get up and do it the next day, but I can't. I get home at about 6 o'clock, and that gives me about 3 hours to cook dinner, eat it, get my poop in a group for the next day, maybe unwind, grab a shower, and go to bed. So I'm very lucky if I get any stitching done at night, because basically it means if I'm stitching, I'm not doing something I'm supposed to. So yeah, for someone like me who works 2 jobs and has a 4-hour commute to the main job, the Monday to Friday job, I think I stitch a lot, to be honest. Like, I stitch at lunch Monday to Friday, and I stitch at the liquor store when it's not busy. And right now, the post-Christmas, oh my god, I have no money to spend, and oh, maybe my liver needs to recover after the holidays. We're pretty dead at the store, so yeah. Were there any 2016 stitching fads that I didn't jump on the bandwagon, but I'm still considering? Probably year-long mystery cells. I have not seen one yet that really grabs me. But we'll see. Okay, 2017. What project am I most looking forward to starting? Well, I suppose if I had done this in late December, I would have said Frosty Morning and Stardust Fairy, because those are my answers. And I just answered these today. So if there's a project I'm looking forward to starting farther into the year, Six Wives of Henry VIII from Primitive Hair is one of them that I'm planning to stitch. I'm sure there's others that yeah. What project am I most looking forward to finishing? Halloween Fairy. Do I intend to be more determined or laid back in my stitching in the coming year? Well, so far I'd say I'm more determined to start more projects this year. I know. I started 44, but we're talking little projects, so I guess maybe start more big projects. Although, so far in my stitching life, I've been really focused on the finish. So if I'm starting more big projects, I'm not going to get that many finishes. Excuse me. What event am I most looking forward to participating in? Well, I've joined so many cells, I can't really pick one, but I'm not sure that actually is an event, but whatever. What are your stitchy resolutions for next year? Next year, 2017, I want to work on more larger projects and maybe start things like a Passione Ricamo or my Mystic Stitch. Will I be participating in cells? Lots of them, although I've dropped out of one of them so far. Again, the start of it was a Monday. I probably worked the weekend, so I didn't have the time to pull what I needed, and it was just too much of a hassle. So yeah, I should add, for my normal workday, I'm up at 20 after 4 in the morning, so that I can be on the road by 10 after 5, so that I can be at the edge of the city, well, not quite the edge of the city, but so that I can be just in the city to catch a bus that will take me to downtown. Yes. Hence my 4-hour commute. Let's see. Are there any materials, stitches, or techniques I'd like to try in the new year? More hand-dyed fabrics, for sure. And pin stitch is something I'd like to try. And maybe I should really try to master the French knot. I haven't tried one of those in years. Basically, if a pattern has called for it in the last probably 10 years, I don't do it. Yeah, plain and simple. And non-stitching. What was the best thing that happened to me in 2016? I wrote down the friendships I made while working at the liquor store. My boss is a great person, and one of my coworkers is awesome. And like, we hang out outside of work, which is rare for me. Lots of talking. Let's see, and what are my resolutions for 2017? I don't make them. I don't make them because I don't keep them. So there you have it. I resolve to not make resolutions, and that will be one I always keep. So I hope you like my answers. I will post this when I get home for my lesson, which will probably be close to 8 o'clock tonight. Yeah, because my lesson is at the very north end of the city. And then when it's over, I have to drive all the way back home. Which is, I don't know, we're having a Chinook. Oh, I know some of you may not know that term. It is January and there is snow on the ground, but it's nice and warm. I should have checked the temperature. Snow is melting. The roads are wet. So I should have a pretty quick drive home. But if the roads were crap, it would probably take me a long time. Yeah. So, there you have it. Thank you very much for watching, subscribing, liking, and hopefully I will be better at doing videos more often. It would seem that I sort of fell off the wagon there on making videos, and I think I was thinking, hey, I should make a video, but that takes away from my stitching time. That's really, like, it's a lame excuse, but that would be the reason I haven't done one. So, everybody have a great night, and thank you. Bye.